In this, the first episode of the season, we're joined by none other than Michaen Chan, an instructor and coach on lunch.dev and host of the React podcast. He braves the wild seas of polarization in technologies and explores the benefits to be had in uniting the dev communities around things that make sense for everyone. Don't code to live the Dev.Life.
Hello, Angular community. I'm Jeff Gross, the CEO of Narwhal. We're proud to partner with the Angular Experience podcast to highlight the people who are doing great things in the Angular community. Narwhal has been a leader in the Angular community since Victor Safkin and I left the Angular team at Google to start the company back in 2016. Now we're joined by other leaders in the Angular community, including open source maintainers and Angular GDEs. We're also the proud creators and maintainers of the popular build framework NX. We work alongside Angular development teams to help them solve big organizational and architectural challenges, and to help their engineers develop a deeper understanding of Angular and NX in the process. If Narwhal can help your team move faster and level up, reach out at nrwl.io.
Hi, Alyssa Nykel here, Angular GDE, MC at ngconf, and DevRel at Progress. Do you or your team need help leveling up their UI? Never fear, Kendo UI has you covered. Built from the ground up in not only Angular, but React, Vue, and jQuery. Each set has dozens of components. Angular and React have over 100. These include things like data grid, charts, spreadsheets, schedulers, and many more. Kendo UI empowers your team to quickly build visually appealing, high-performant, and responsive web apps, no matter your flavor of JavaScript. A consistent look and feel across your apps is mere clicks away, so check out kendoui.com today.
Welcome everyone to the Dev.Life. I'm Erik, and of course with me is my co-producer Brooke.
Hey everybody.
And on the panel today, we also have a special guest, Michaen Chan, DX engineer for Storybook and the host of the React podcast and creator of lunch.dev.
Hello. I'm excited to be here and kind of coming back to the Angular JS roots. I haven't really talked Angular in a very long time. It's been like maybe a decade now.
Well, you've come back home, so we're glad to have you. We're excited to talk about our subject today, Michael, that is uniting the dev community across languages and frameworks. This can be a really big topic, so thanks for being brave and coming to talk to us about this.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so happy to be here. It's honestly something I think that we don't really talk about enough. And so I'm really glad that you asked me to be a part of this, because it's something that I think I talk about in like private channels a lot. So a lot just like one-on-one or at conferences or, just like in DMs and stuff. But it's really, it was kind of fun to think about talking about this on a podcast. In the last decade, I've spent like writing React. So really interesting kind of interest alignment here.
Yeah, totally. It's like you're the perfect person to do this right now. That said, we're going to get into this more in a second. What do you hope our listeners will get out of today?
Ooh, that's a bold question. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if I can come up with an answer for this. I hope that what people get out of it is just a broader perspective of what web development is, even inside of the kind of broader category of development, right? And recognize that this competition that we experience in the micro of like every day, this framework versus this framework and this mindset or philosophy versus this mindset and philosophy, it makes all of us better. And so there's a level of healthy competition that is people taking a framework to the nth degree, right? Focusing on one specific part of the web development experience, and then kind of like bringing that back to the broader web development experience. But a lot of this takes time, and my hope is that through our discussion today, we can recognize that even though every day it feels like us versus them, that really we're in the abstract, we're working together, and we're just kind of taking different paths to kind of find information and bring it back to the broader web development experience. So I hope that we get to a place where we can recognize that even though our day is really focused on these nitty gritties, that we really want to just improve the web development experience altogether in the abstract.
Yeah, I wanted to throw that in there, so I want y'all to know where we're going with this. But hey, I said fantastic, but what I really meant, that sounds chantastic. So Michael spends his time doing very chantastic stuff and is a really fun person to learn about. Before we get into that, we want to get to know you a little bit outside of your professional. So before we do the proper intro and everything, and then some introduction, let's play a game, Michael. And we call it Cool Beans.
I'm ready.
Cool beans. Cool beans. This is a newer game we've created, but it's sort of like lightning questions, but not, because this one should really be the lightning questions one, like where we give these topics to you really rapid fire. Like as soon as you give you an answer, we're going to give you the next topic, and you just have to keep giving us the first answer that comes to mind. But we call it Cool Beans because we want you to specifically give us the first answer that comes to mind that you think is the coolest of that topic. So
all right, I'll do my best. I'm not a very fast thinker, so hopefully we can I'll do you well. I guess that's what editing's for, right? We can just make me sound like
there instant. You go. There you go. Coolest 90s TV show.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Cool video gaming console.
Sega Genesis.
Snack food.
Snickers bar. No. Atomic Fireball.
Ooh, okay. Collection.
Ooh, what does that mean?
Anything
you want it to be.
Yeah.
Oh, collection. Oh, I'm gonna say the Back to the Future series.
Oh, I like how you're thinking on that one. All right, coolest fantasy book or series?
Oh, okay. I actually don't have a good answer for this, but I will answer that with a story about me. So I have grown up with reading disabilities, and I just never read for pleasure. So all of the cool like fantasy series, like I just didn't read any of them. So yeah, I don't have a good answer.
This could be movies. This could be a fantasy movie or fantasy TV show or series.
Ooh, okay. This is not fantasy, but I'm going to go for it anyway. The Evil Dead franchise.
Okay, yeah.
I like that choice.
It works. It works.
All right. Hey, you brought it up. So cool Ninja Turtle.
Oh, so I've always identified most with Leo, but I've always wanted to be Raph. So a little bit of tension there, but probably between those two somehow.
All right. The coolest Spice Girl.
Oh man, Spice Girls. Which one is Victoria Beckham? I don't actually.
Up with this one, Brooke.
I think she's awesome.
Google says posh.
Posh. Okay, I'm gonna go posh then, because Victoria Beckham is legend.
All right.
Cool instrument.
Bass guitar, for sure.
Coolest soft drink.
I'm gonna say root beer, just because you can put ice cream in it, and
nice.
Ice cream's the best.
And then it really is cool. It's like double cool.
Wow, great job. I think you've had some really awesome beans for today's Cool Beans. Let's explore some of those a bit. So tell us a little bit about your childhood with the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, so that was my favorite show by a long shot. I was a kid who had VHSs full of recorded Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle videos, and anytime we would go to a friend's house or something like that, I would always be like, "Hey, you want to watch some cool Ninja Turtles episodes?" It was my favorite game too. I really loved the Nintendo games. They were so fun. favorite arcade game. I remember going to the arcade and just blowing all of my quarters on the Ninja Turtles arcade one. It's just such a. I just love the whole thing. It's just so absurd. I yeah, I don't know. The whole thing is just so absurd. I loved the movies. The movies are great. I might watch them with my kids and they'll be like, "This is trash. Why did you love this?" But all of it, just the love for pizza. I mean, pizza is the best food, right?
They make the pizza look so good because it's like super stringy.
Oh my gosh, right?
You can never find pizza like that, but
no. I saw a video where they were showing like visual advertisement tricks, and one of them was they were showing like how they get commercials where they get that super stringy cheese look, and they take a regular pizza, but then they put glue with all the cheese. They mix up like glue and stuff, and so like when they pull it off and it's all kind of like pulling apart, that's actually like glue and cornstarch or something.
Ew. It makes me feel a little different about that.
I have to admit, like the little 5-year-old in me, when I went to elementary, to kindergarten specifically, I had these slip-on Ninja Turtle shoes, and I had to wear them to my first day of school with my Ninja Turtle backpack. That was the little Brooke was like, I was all about it too, Michael. Ninja Turtles were the best.
Oh yeah, that's the way. I envy. Retrospectively envy you and your backpack because I always wanted one of those. They just look so cool.
It was pretty cool. All right.
Yeah, actually, that reminds me. So my brother and I were given Ninja Turtle ornaments for Christmas one year. They were super cool. And I just remember our fight every year was which one belonged to who, because I don't think it was clear when we put them in the box the first year, and then the next year both of us thought the cooler one belonged to us, and so every year after that we fought over those ornaments, like which one belonged to who, even though like neither of us got to do anything with them. It was just like knowing that they were ours on the tree, almost kind of like an NFT, right? Like it's like just that one's mine because we both know it's mine.
That's awesome. It sounds like a very awesome Christmas tree too, by the way.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah.
I want to know more about what your love of the Evil Dead is and the series that you wish we didn't ask you about instead of fantasy, or like the genre, I should say.
Yeah. So, it's so funny. I have, for whatever reason, not been able to get into fantasy. I don't know why. Like my partner and my son are both super into it. They love it. I just have such a hard time getting into it. I slept through all of the premieres of The Lord of the Rings. Saw all of them at the midnight showing and slept through the second half of all of them. I just can't get into it. But yeah, so there's something about the comedy horror genre that I just love. I cannot get enough of it. So like Sam Raimi is really just like a legend in that space, and has since done a lot of really cool work in like comic book superhero type movies. But yeah, like something about like Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, kind of that beginning of the comedy horror genre where they're like tied together and things are like supposed to be scary, but then they're also funny at the same time. Like something about the juxtaposition, like the one-liners, all that stuff, it just gets me every time. Like I watch one of those and I'm just like in my happy place. Like I like things that are that far apart, but in the same bucket. And I think
I find it really ironic because like that's so not your personality, and maybe that's why you like it, because it's not you. Like you're just so nice and approachable. Like not like a Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah, I think I love the extremes of things. I think that's what I like about it. Because I do not like horror, like just strict horror movies. It's just a little icky for me. Like we're watching Stranger Things season 4 right now, and it's like past like what I can enjoy watching. Like Stranger Things has steadily been going more into horror, and but the